Ooh, what to do? I've been hella inconsistent. I don't know, it's the holiday season, so I've just been like really pedantic when it comes to like recording or anything along those lines. But it's a simple workout today. We're gonna do chest. I think we're doing chest and back, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not necessarily like sure exactly what we're doing today, but we're doing incline Smith. That's one thing oh no, I remember what this today was. We did chest and back that day. So what's it called? Incline Smith is something I really don't be doing as much as I'd like. And that's just not, it's not because like, oh, it's a bad workout or it's like a bad movement or anything like that. I don't know, for whatever reason, like I've been too focused on bench and trying to do like 315. But now I can finally do 315 with reps. I haven't been able to do it rapless. Over reps, I'm referring to when I say reps. But yeah, that's really why I've been like neglecting my other movements. But because, the road to 405 is still a thing. I'm telling. Once I can do 405, or at least rep out 315, now I can. I'm 225, and then I'll be satisfied. But till then, we'll see. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Right. So bench, I really like grown a lot for like benching again. It's crazy. I didn't do any of that in this video, and it's funny when I started benching again. 275 didn't feel too bad, honestly. So it's kind of crazy, like how it can transpire. I feel like I say this in every video, but pull-ups for me is like really like hit or miss. Like there's some days like I could just rep them out. Granted, I'm closer to like 250 than I was like a couple months ago because of the bulk. But it's just really like when people really underestimate how powerful like body weight exercises are. Because imagine being able to like do a pull-up weighing 300 pounds or being able to do a dip weighing 300 pounds. That's really impressive, despite how like people might try to like minimize it or anything like that. Or even like right now, how I'm doing like chest dips. That's still impressive through and through, regardless of like how people might perceive something in a sense. So yeah, anytime people be like, "Oh, can you do a pull up?" That's another thing with me, right? In the beginning, when it came to doing pull ups, I wouldn't go all the way. I don't want to say I was doing half reps, but I was kind of low key doing like half reps in a sense. So I was really like doing a disservice to myself essentially, because it's like either you do the full workout or you just like do a half ass in a sense, and it's never something I myself want to do. Another thing also, when I'm recording this is Christmas Day, right? I think for the new year, I want to get more in the habit of bringing like my mic with me. That way, like when I record something, it's not just it's just me by myself or something, or like because the only reason why I really don't do it now is because I know myself. I typically don't work out alone, and I know people have mixed opinions on that. Some people are like, "Oh, I like to work out with others. I like to work out by myself. So I can pay attention." Yawning is really contagious. I'm sure someone on this planet is yawning, but besides that, I feel like that's something I really want to integrate more often for the new year. Just me doing like what's it called? More like in field like recording sessions. So like you really know what's going through my head. Because I think honestly, when I was going through my head, it's like like I'm really like I have my own AirPod Maxes now, and it's funny because like now like the novelties weren't worn off. Obviously, I'm still gonna use them because I paid for them, but it's like the novelty for like the equipment itself is kind of like worn off in a sense. But besides that, for me personally, another thing that I also want to accomplish this new year is I really want to build up my back. Like in comparison to my friends, like I feel like granted, comparison is the thief of joy. I want to reiterate that before I even continue with whatever else I'm gonna say. I really want to like improve like my back, right? Because like at the end of the day, one of the main things I wanted to accomplish is I wanted to build that V taper look, right? And I feel like I'm almost there. I have decent insertions with my chest. My shoulders are okay. I could really build up my rear, my rear and my side more. But my back is honestly probably like my weakest body part. And it's crazy too because like I can do pull-ups, but I don't know. I guess obviously, we can't do everything by ourselves. We need some type of help. So in the case of me, right? That's one thing I also need to like really like try to like really prioritize for the new year. I need to do more like back training. I need to do more shoulder training. I just need to like really like lock in, especially on like my rear delts and my lats and my side delt from my shoulders. Those are like the three body parts. And granted, I think more volume necessarily would be more like beneficial for it. Like me, either as like me trying to like do slower pull-ups, or me doing like a rear delt fly, or me doing like some type of rope pullover for any of these movements. And it's funny because in this video, I'm doing rear delts, and I think last time I did rear delts was like a week ago. Just because like it's not even like intentional either. Like when I do like certain movements, it'll just be like I completely forget to do something, and it'll slip my mind for like a prolonged period of time. And this isn't even intentional. It's just how it is, like how the cookie crumbles in a sense. And at least for me personally, I know that like long term wise that right, oh, I know I have a certain look I'm going for, and there's certain things I just know me myself I need to accomplish if I actually want to end up going for that look. Speaking of, stay hydrated. I don't want to. I hope you guys weren't able to hear my gulp. I don't think you were because my mic didn't pick it up. But this is like a really like a particular look I'm going for, and I feel like if I can't really get up my back and shoulders, I'm not going to be able to do it because I have some things in mind that I want to accomplish the new year. But of course, I don't want to tell you guys just yet. I want to just speak in silence, like just let my actions do the talking. You know how they always say, "Oh, just stay quiet, don't speak on it, just let the actions do the talking." I really want to like try to like embrace that in a sense, because I feel like I can tell you guys I want to do something, but instead of me telling you guys, I could just do it. That's completely different. It's a completely different ball game. It's a completely different like atmosphere in a sense for like doing anything in relation to that. And I feel like for me, that's definitely something like I want to do because obviously, like at this point, we can all tell like if I'm not a gym rat, I'm a fitness enthusiast. This is something like I live, breathe, die for, right? Granted, on the bulk, I have been like these last couple of weeks. Well, not weeks. This last week, I have been a little lax days ago because of the holidays. But I'm getting closer to 20% body fat. And I told myself, honestly, I might just start cutting for the new year. To be honest, that is one thing I'm going to miss. Like just always like feeling satiated, compared to like before and like in the summer where like I wasn't always hungry, but like you could definitely tell like I didn't eat as much as I potentially could just for like day-to-day life or something. Like for example, August, I could generally say August was probably like my leanest just because in August I was still trying to like drop weight. And granted, I didn't necessarily reach my goal, but I saw potentially what my body could look like. And it's funny because like all the things I used to do in August, I don't even do them no more. I don't train core as much as I do. I don't train abs as much as I do. I don't do cardio as much as I do. Granted, I still walk in my day-to-day life because I have to, because we live in New York. But I feel like it's just the small little things, small minute details that I don't do as much as I used to do before. And that's not intentional or anything like that. But it's just in the case of I don't know. I don't want to say I've been enjoying life, but I've been more like lax when it comes to just certain things, just because I have the liberties to do it now compared to before, where like I actually had 2,200 every day. Granted, some days I did go over, and I feel like that probably played a factor in whether I was able to really like put on the what size I wanted to. But at the end of the day, it's like nothing changes if you don't. And that was something I was comfortable with. Like I wasn't too like strict on what I ate, how I did A, B, C. But it was still to the point where it's like, oh, I ate in a certain facet where it was like, oh, I was capable of like still cutting in a sense. But then I feel like I got cut fatigue. I plateaued because I'm really going on a whole random tangent while like you see me working out in the background. But long story short is obviously we all want a certain look, but you also gotta like enjoy what you do, right? And obviously I enjoy the lean look in a sense. I enjoy seeing my veins. I enjoy looking at my abs anytime I flex. But social media isn't a real place. I think that's what I'm going to spend the last minute talking about. Like, social media isn't a real place. What you see online on a day-to-day basis isn't how you walk around. One thing I always tell myself is like, people only post their best moments online. Because of course, no one likes to be criticized, right? And that's one thing I'm really like trying to like embrace. Because like now, I look a lot more fluffy than I might do on a day-to-day basis. And I have to like remember that like no one, no, no, the only person who really posts their worst is like someone who's like genuinely authentic. Not to say the people you might watch up besides me isn't authentic, but it's just a case of like, oh, I want to look my best, so people like emulate me in a sense. And ooh, 5 plates. That's not bad, but I'm just saying for like, in regards to me, it's just like, oh, I'm doing ABC, etc., etc. It's funny. I think this day I actually did cardio, and I can't remember the last time I did cardio, but hope y'all enjoyed.